All right, y'all. In today's video, we about to be talking about a 40-year-old that wasted his life so we don't make that same mistake. It's very unfortunate that he made this video, but it's very fortunate for us to be in a day in a life, a day and age where we can look at people like this, bro. Because I guarantee you, in his life, he just was doing him, living life, and he didn't have nobody around him to tell him that was bad. And genuinely, bro, a lot of us got the same problem. We don't have people in our life that can tell us that we're going down the wrong path, because that's probably the path that our parents went down, or that's probably the path that our grandparents went down, which is the wrong path. But if we don't have nobody to be like, hey, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to end up in a bad position, because they think that they in the, you know what I'm saying? As long as you live better than your parents, they feel like they did a good job, which they did. But we're not here to do a good job. We're here to maximize our opportunity on this earth. So I'm thankful for people who make videos like this, man. I'm 40 and wasting my life. Let's hear what he has to say, and we're gonna jump in when we need to and talk about it. Let's do it.
I'm 40 and I wasted my life. I've got nothing to show for it. No house, no savings, no career that I'm proud of. I'm pouring everything that I have into this channel because I've got nothing else.
And that's how it be, bro. Like, if you really wait to the end to do things, it's gonna get way harder, bro. A lot of people, I hear people to this day be like, why would I do that? That's not fun. Or I got my whole life ahead of me, or I'm gonna do this now because, or stuff like that, bro. But in all actuality, the harder we work right now, the easier life gonna get when we get later in our lives. You feel me? I guarantee you, this guy right here, he's 40 years old. If he worked this hard, like he just said, I'm pouring everything into this channel right now. If he poured everything into something when he was 20 and did that for 10 years straight, by 30, 40, he wouldn't have to be able to, you know what I'm saying? He wouldn't be in this mind state, you know? So that's stuff that we got to take into account now, especially in our 20s. I don't know how old everybody is in chat. You should be pouring everything into what you have right now, because we aren't gonna have this time no more, bro. I don't have a kid right now, bro. I'm not married right now, bro. I don't have no obligations right now, so I can go full hard. I can hit the ground running as much as possible, because I don't gotta wake up in the middle of the night and go rock a kid to sleep. Unfortunately, bro, he probably do, and he ain't do what he had to do when he didn't have those type of responsibilities. So if you don't got those type of responsibilities, if you don't got those type of obligations right now, bro, you got to get to it. You got to get on it. You got to grind. You got to go, because you living in comfort right now is going to ultimately sacrifice the years that you supposed to be living in comfort. When you 40, bro, you supposed to be doing what you love, taking care of your family, doing things for your family, spending time with them. But if you wasted your 20s, if you wasted your 30s, then guess what, twin? You're going to have to be grinding in your 40s so you can make some money to do the things that you're supposed to been doing. So I think that's the life he's living. And I don't even know, I'm only 17 seconds into his video. Let's listen to it some more.
And if you're in your 20s or even your early 30s and you think you've got time, I'm telling you right now, you don't. I wish I had someone in my life when I was younger, someone who actually cared enough about me and was smart enough to show me how life really worked, how women really operated, and what I actually needed to focus on.
And that's why this channel is so good, bro, because we talk about these things, bro. I genuinely believe if people knew better, they would do better. People just don't know better. We didn't know better to do better. He didn't know better. If he had somebody in his life to tell him, hey, bro, what you doing is, when you turn 40, bro, you ain't gonna like that shit. If somebody just told him that, I guarantee he would snap back and did better. But he just ain't have it. And that's why I love the internet, and I love the day and age that we in, because we got videos like this. You know what I mean? We got live streams like that. You feel me? We can actually look at people and get a good conception in our head of like, okay, that's what I'm supposed to be doing in my life. Work 3 jobs, no days off. I'm grinding right now. Shout out to you, bro.
I didn't have that. I was getting all of my ideas about love and success and women from movies and idiots my own age.
And we getting them from what? The same thing, bro, unless you actually think in a different demographic, bro. Like, genuinely, no cap. And I'm not ashamed to admit this. I'm being honest right now. I used to want the craziest things in the world just because of the rap music I listened to. You know what I mean? Like, I thought baby mamas was the move. That shit not it, gang. Don't be led by these fake ass, false ass prophets in these rap videos and shit, thinking that that's the move, that's the goal. That's not the goal, bro. That shit is Have your own life, have your own focus of what you want. Figure out what you want and work hard to get it, and do it now. Don't wait till you 30, 40 to figure out your plan. Work on it now, bro. Like I said, our body is in the ultimate position right now, bro. We are in our prime of physical capability. We can stay up all night and get up in the morning. You know what I mean? When you turn 40, that shit raps, gang.
Who didn't know anything at all. So there was no sense of urgency, no perspective, just vibes and dumb plans. And this fantasy that everything would somehow work itself out. And it didn't. In my 20s, I thought I was, super deep and cool, and, because I had tattoos and, I knew some obscure bands and played drums, and I thought being different was a personality. I wasn't building anything real. I was just chasing sex and novelty, hooking up with women because I was addicted to the high, not the connection, just the rush. I spent more time crushing on church girls who didn't like me, and hanging out at coffee shops and smoking cigarettes, drinking lattes, and, going to hardcore shows. I did more of that than I did doing anything that would help me long term. I mean, at 23, I was playing ding dong ditch with my friends.
Listen to him, man. He ain't telling y'all nothing wrong, bro. He leading y'all down his path, so you don't have to make them same mistakes, bro.
Well, like I was 13 again, thinking it was hilarious, which it was. But fun times. But I wasted so many hours just trying to get, validation from people who didn't care if I lived or died at the end of the day. I thought my life was meaningful because it looked cool in photos, looked cool on MySpace.
Oh, cause it looked cool on social media, bro. Don't let social media trick you out, man. Don't try to look cool on that bit. Do what you gotta do to live the best life possible, bro. Work hard right now, bro.
But, all I was doing was burning through the most valuable years of my life. The years where I had the most energy, the most flexibility.
What I just say? I didn't even know he was gonna say that, bro. We are in the time right now where we can do whatever, bro. We can go hard right now, bro. We gotta take advantage.
And the most time to build something meaningful. Nobody told me I was wasting it. Nobody. And when the world sees you drifting, it doesn't intervene. It just keeps feeding you distraction after distraction, lie after lie, while profiting off of your blindness and ignorance. And then fast forward into my late 20s, then I got into a relationship that wrecked my life. She got pregnant and everything changed.
What I say, bro? He probably got kids now. Well, I knew it, bro.
And I love my son. I would never undo that. But that relationship, it was a disaster. I did not know how to choose wisely at all. I confused chaos and passion and intensity with love because no one ever taught me the difference. I thought it was normal for things to be dramatic and unpredictable. I thought that meant we were meant to be or something. I don't know. But instead, I don't know what was going on, but instead I ended up in family court fighting for time with my own son, treated like an intruder and a criminal for wanting to be a father. And then in my 30s, my 30s weren't the best years of my life. You hear that a lot. Your 30s will be the best years of your life, 30s and 40s. 30s were a nightmare. I was broke. I was depressed. I was isolated.
And that's just simply because of how you lived your 20s, bro. Your 20s supposed to be them grind stages where it's the hardest to set yourself up for them 30s, bro. If you in your 20s right now, you listen to this video, bro, you got to go the hardest. You know, it might be hard, but you work hard now, so you don't have to go through this hard. You don't want this hard right here, bro. Pick your hard. Would you rather go hard now while we ain't got no obligations, or would you rather be suffering at that point? Now you got kids and now your body don't work the same. You know what I mean? Come on. Come on.
Missing my son constantly and dealing with games and lies and schemes my ex would pull to destroy the bond between me and my son.
And then, bro, he got one of them girls that do extra stuff, bro. Like you said, he didn't know how to pick the right woman. He picked the wrong woman. That, like I told y'all, women are like elevators. They can either take you all the way up or they can take you all the way down. He already was wasting his 20s, and then he got with a woman at the end of his 20s that had a kid with. Once you have a kid with her, bro, you stuck with her, bro.
I wasn't just dealing with grief. I was dealing with a system that didn't care if I disappeared. And yeah, a few times I, in the midst of all that, tried to date again. I finally started to see what I'd been blind to in my 20s. I was no longer that 27-year-old stuck in a 500 days of summer mindset, falling for manic pixie dream girls, just because they liked the shins too. Now I saw the red flags clearly. Girls with baby rabies, daddy issues, manipulation, all of it. I could spot it instantly. I was like a bloodhound for that kind of thing. It's easy to detect now. That's the part that stings the most. Now I'm 40. I hate my job. But it's not just that. I'm disillusioned by the world. Once you see how everything really works, how broken it all is, you cannot unsee it.
And that's what I mean. Like, if you know better, you do better, bro. And he just unfortunately started to understand stuff later on in life and started to know stuff later on in life that if he would have knew this when he was 21, his life would have looked completely different. And that's why I love social media. Social media got some good parts, social media got some bad parts, but one of the good parts is that we can see these type of case studies and we can recalibrate our life based off of it.
Everything feels fake. The economy is a scam. Inflation is gutting families. People are more isolated than ever before. No one's honest. No one's fulfilled. And there's a deep apathy baked into everything now. That's why I'm here. This isn't a content hobby for me. This is me refusing to stay silent. This is me using what I have left to build something real. Because
shout out to him for making this video too, bro. This is gonna help a lot of people.
The clock is ticking. And also, if I die before I can tell my son any of this, before he can know, he's almost 11, but I want my son to know that his dad didn't just give up, and
that's another thing that we got to think about. A lot of people don't even come to this realization that he's having, bro, because if they did, then they would tell their kids. And if you never was taught this type of stuff from your parents, that means they didn't even learn that lesson. So we got to stop that, bro. We got to change the trajectory of our family, and that's what he's doing. That's why I really respect this guy, bro. He probably think that he wasted his life, bro, and he made mistakes, but he had to go through that so his son could live another life. You know what I mean? And sometimes we, that person in our lives, that we got to figure it out so nobody else has to suffer the fate that we did. Fortunately enough, we figured it out quicker. You know what I mean?
Fought very hard and went through a lot. And that I bled in silence. That I fought to stay in his life tooth and nail. I fought to become something that he could be proud of. And I fought against a system that was way bigger than myself, that tried to break me. And so this channel, Dad Mode and Dark Mode, is part of that fight. It's my record. It's my time capsule, my legacy. It's my proof that I didn't just drift off into silence. and was just passive. And I hope one day when he's ready, he'll understand all of this. And so, if you're in your 20s right now and you're listening to this, stop thinking you've got unlimited time.
You don't. Time flies, bro. It's the end of the year basically right now, bro. We just started it.
Stop doing it. You don't have unlimited time. You think it's harmless to keep chasing women and wasting money and avoiding responsibility. But one day, you'll wake up and you'll realize you've got no leverage. You've got no power, absolutely no clarity, and no way to get those years back. One day you will wake up and you will be 40. You will be stuck working a job that you hate with nothing to show for it except memories that don't even matter. That you constantly think about and it leaves you with no air in your lungs. This pain, you know it. You know what that pain is when you think about it.
The memories ain't nothing, bro. Like, we doing stuff, we going to the clubs, we partying, we chilling with these girls, we having fun. And then eventually, bro, that's all it is a memory. We ain't got nothing to show for it. Like he just said, he ain't got no house. You know what I'm saying? He ain't got no investments. He ain't got shit. He don't like his job. You feel me? What's going on, Channy? That's the type of life you gonna live if you just keep living in fun. We gotta lock in. We gotta tap in. We gotta start building stuff. Our 20s is gonna be fast. It feels like it's forever. You know what I mean? But it's gonna go fast.
But yet every hour you waste now is a debt you're going to have to pay later. You should be building something. Skills, discipline, financial stability, wisdom, a backbone. And if you don't know where to start, I wrote something for you. It's called Dark Mode Protocol. You can find the link in my channel description. I'll leave.
Shout out to him, bro, for making this video, honestly. People definitely need to hear this. And I know he think he wasted his life, bro, but what he doing right now is beautiful, and people need that. You know what I mean? That's why, like I said, I love the time we living in, because we have people like this that can talk about their experiences and what they don't want other people to go through. Like wasting your life, it don't feel like you wasting your life while you wasting it, bro. You know what I mean? It ain't until you get 40 years old and you realize, wow, I wasn't doing anything. I was drifting. You know what I mean? This book right here talk about drifting a lot, bro. Start reading books too, man. You know what I'm saying? Them books gonna put you on point, gonna put you on game. If you enjoyed this video, man, make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed today's video and you want to fast track your way to making money online, click the link in the description and I'll show you how to make your first $500 posting videos just like these. Also, if you want to catch these videos live, I go live on Twitch and I do everything that you've seen here live. Catch me every Saturday at 7 a.m. And if you want to watch another one of these Academy videos, click the link on the screen because YouTube said that you will love it.